So in this problem, we're going to convert a speed of 65 miles per hour. So we've got miles per hour. That indicates that it's a conversion factor here. To meters per minute. So again, we have two units, one on top, one on the bottom. Now because we don't have a single number, like a solo number in here, with just one unit, we are going to have to start with the 2 units that we're given, and we're going to have to end with 2 units also. So if you don't have just a single solo unit, then that means you're probably going to have to start the problem with 2. So we're going to start with miles per hour, and we're going to end with meters per minute. So one of the first things I like to teach kids is put what you're starting with on one side and what you want to end with on the other side. Do that before you think about doing any math. Now I'm going to work this problem out twice because you see that there's 2 units. I want to do one problem starting with miles and finishing with hours. And then I'm going to flip things around and I'm going to do another solution. I'm going to come up with the same answer, but I'm going to show you how you could start with hours and then finish with miles. And we'll still get the same exact answer, but I want to show you that you could do it either way and it'll work out correctly as long as you put your units in the right spot. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, pick your favorite unit. I'll start with miles. On the bottom, I'll start with hours, but right now I'm going to start with miles. So I want miles to cancel, so I'm going to put miles down here. Because I know if I have it on top of the line and below the line, they're going to cancel. Now, what do I know about miles? That's going to get me to meters. M is meters. Well, you might know this, or you may have to look it up, that 1.61 kilometers is equivalent to 1 mile. So here's an English metric conversion factor. So I know that 1 mile is equal to 1.61 kilometers. Now that gets rid of miles for us. Now we have kilometers. Now notice I didn't do anything with hours yet. We'll tackle that later. So I want to get kilometers to cancel, so I'm going to put kilometers down here, and I want to get to meters. Now I do know a conversion factor between meters and kilometers. I know 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters. So 1 goes with the kilometer, 1,000 goes with meters. One big guy, 1 big kilometer, is equal to lots of little ones, lots of little meters. Now, because kilometers are on top and on the bottom, they're going to cancel, and now I'm left with meters. Now, when you've gotten to the unit that you want to end with, circle it. So you realize you don't want to cancel it out anymore. Sometimes kids keep going and they keep doing more conversions, and they already had the unit a long time ago. So that kind of tells you to stop. Don't worry about the distance units anymore. You're there. Now let's tackle the hours. We'll use blue for this. The hours, the unit is down on the bottom of the conversion factor. So in order to get it to cancel, we want to put it on top. We want hours to cancel with hours. Now we want to get from hours to minutes, and you probably know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So once hours cancels, the unit we're left with is minutes, and that's perfect because that's what we want to end with. Now let's do the next setup here. Let's imagine I want to start with hours. I want to tackle the time unit first. So again, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, if you pick hours, great, start with hours. Put hours up here. You know you want to get rid of hours. So 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top. We want to get to minutes. Same conversion factor. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Now, we don't need to convert anymore with the time. Minutes is what we want to end with, so circle it. Let yourself know that you've got that bottom unit all set. Now we can tackle the miles. We'll go back to red. We've got miles on top. In order to cancel it, we have to put it on the bottom. So put it over here. It doesn't matter where you put it, as long as it's on the bottom. Since all multiplication and division is occurring, again, it doesn't matter where it goes. So miles will cancel. Now what do we know about miles? 1.61, this conversion factor here, 1.61 kilometers is equivalent to 1 mile. So miles cancels. Now we have kilometers, but that's not meters. So we got to get kilometers to cancel. So put kilometers down here. Kilometers will cancel. And we know, good old metric conversion, 1 big kilometer is a lot of little guys, 1,000 meters. So kilometers cancels, and that left us with meters, which is what we want. So circle it. So now on the top, we have meters over minutes, and on the bottom, we have meters over minutes. The numbers are all going to cancel out, and we're going to be left with 1 value. So do the math. Take out a calculator, multiply any value across the top. So do 65 times 1.61, multiply that, and then hit divided by 1, which you don't really need to do. And then multiply by 1,000, hit divided by 1, and then multiply by 1, and then hit divided by 60, and then hit equals. And you should end up with 1,744 meters per minute. And if we do the bottom, you do 65 times 1 divided by 60 times 1.61 divided by 1 times 1,000 divided by 1. Guess what you get? 1,744 meters in a minute. So you come up with the same answer. It doesn't matter how you approach it. If you want to start with miles, go ahead. If you want to start with hours, go ahead. It doesn't matter because all these values all multiply and everything cancels out except for the unit you want on top and the unit you want on the bottom. So that's what you're left with. Now think about what this means. This means that you can go 1,744 meters in 1 minute. It's understood that the unit on the bottom has a 1 in front of it. It's really a conversion factor here. Anytime you see speed, if you see 60 miles per hour, that's a conversion factor. That means you can go 60 miles if you drive for 1 hour. All right.